Okay, so let's come to part 2 of today's session where we are going to be learning factoring and finding roots of polynomials. So I welcome you all to today's session, and our learning objective in this session would be to understand from the graph of a polynomial function how we can find its root. So let's get started. So before we dive into today's video, let's recall from our last video that the zeros of a polynomial function are nothing but the solutions of the polynomial equation. So how we did the solution, let's recall. So we had a polynomial equation, we solved it, we got the factors, and then we put each factor equal to 0 to get the roots. So same way, now we are going to see that was the algebraic method of solving for the roots of the polynomial equation. Now in this session, let's dive into the graph and see how we can find the roots. Okay, so just to make it more easy for you, I have put here the graph of the polynomial function of the same polynomial function that we had taken in the last video. So that was x squared plus 2x minus 5. Now, if you draw the graph of this function, definitely it will be a U-shaped parabola. Now, looking at the graph also, you can get the zeros. So let's go deeper into the graph. You can use Desmos for drawing this graph electronically, or technological help can also be taken. So here the two roots are actually the 2 points where this graph meets the x-axis. So in other words, zeros of this polynomial equation or roots of this polynomial equation are nothing but the values of x where this graph is becoming 0. So the 2 points where the graph is becoming 0 are nothing but the x-intercepts, and here if you dive deeper into the graph you will see that one of the x-intercept is at the point -5, 0 and the other one is at 3, 0. So these are the 2 points in the graph of this function. So as you see, the x-intercepts for a graph are nothing but the solutions. So the points where y is going to be 0 or the x-intercepts of a polynomial helps us to get to the roots. So let's connect everything now. So when the factors of a polynomial expression are set equal to 0, what we get are the solutions or the roots or the 0 of the polynomial equation, and alternatively looking at the polynomial graph and the x-coordinate or the x-intercept, you could also get the same answer. That's another way, the graphical way of solving the polynomial equation, taking help from the polynomial graph. Now, as I told you that whether we call a root or a 0 or a solution, it is same. So now let's connect everything for our given polynomial function. So we started with the polynomial function y equal to x squared plus 2x minus 15. It was like a quadratic function in x which was equal to y. So definitely it had two factors or two roots or two zeros or two solutions. So we could do the factorization algebraically and get the two factors as x plus 5x minus 3, or we could say that the roots or solutions are x equal to -5 and 3. This can also be said looking at the graph as the x-intercepts, and then the zeros are at the following 2 points. So all of them are so much related when we talk about a polynomial function. I hope the relationship both algebraically, looking at the factor, root, solutions and zeros, and graphically is clear to all of you.